going to involve more cars than the previous crash. A big cloud of dust down by turn number 1, and we can't see a thing. We're going to have to go to our aerial shot to give you an idea of how many cars are involved. 3, 6, 9, 12 at least.
Wow.
Terry Labonte was the first to get sideways, and there his car is, along with Derry Cope and Jeff Purvis. Wally Dallenbach, Dick Trickle, Jeremy Mayfield. There's Chuck Bound, Rusty Wallace. Boy, we went so long in this race with no cautions and no accidents, and now 2 major ones here within a few minutes. There's Jeff Purvis's badly damaged Country Time car.
There's Dick Trickle's car number 32.
It looks like that somebody touched Terry Labonte and just turned him sideways. He goes down and whap right in the side of Rusty Wallace. We see Purvis go hit that wall head on.
Looks like that may have been Mayfield that also got up into the wall. Chuck Bound got on the brakes.
Is that the Trickle car?
It could be Trickle or Andretti. I'm not sure. No, there's Andretti. He wasn't. In fact, he went to the high side. Oh, look at the impact there. Wow. Rusty Wallace is out of his car. So is Dick Trickle. He's assessing the damage. There's Rusty walking away. Terry Labonte is standing there.
Now look at the back of that Kellogg's Cornflakes car.
He just hit Rusty for a ton. There's Jeff Purvis. He's walking over to the ambulance. He's okay. So again, it appears that all drivers are going to be okay. Jerry, what do you know about this?
Well, Bob, we're standing by with Jimmy Johnson, who is the team manager for all of Hendrick Motorsports. And Jimmy, fortunately, you've spoken with Terry Labonte on the radio. He is okay, number 1.
Yeah, Terry's fine.
What happened down there?
Well, Terry asked on the radio, he said, who hit me? And from our standpoint, it looked like the 27 car got into his rear quarter panel and turned him sideways, and then all heck broke loose.
Well, fortunately, Terry Labonte is okay, but the crew is taking off back to the garage area. Now, Jimmy will be headed back that way momentarily. They're going to try. I'm not sure from our vantage point if there's anything they can fix, but everyone's looking for those Winston Cup points.
Here it is again. Let's see. Yeah, there may have...
Spencer is on the inside there. Yep, he touches Labonte just a little bit. Turns him sideways down into another car. And
Terry Gant.
And then right up into the wall on the outside. Bounces back down in front of some other cars.
Boom. You can see the roof flaps deploying on many of the cars. As they get turned sideways, the roof flaps come up, spoiling the lifting effect that the cars have when they get on there, when they get sideways. From the proof positive blimp.
Yeah.
And there is the contact between Labonte and Wallace.
Now we see Purvis going into the wall.
It's Wally Dallenbach and Harry Gant.
Ooh, and here comes Trickle into these guys head on.
Dale Jarrett spun and hit somebody down on the inside there.
Jarrett has been in the pits and back out. He appears to have some damage on the right rear of the car. Well, they've got Labonte's car on a rollback. It's about the only way they can get it to move. But again, it appears as if all drivers are okay after a multi-car crash during the Winston selection.
So this is, what did Rusty do in the July race here last year? Do anybody know?
Yeah, I can tell you. Oh. Well, we said in the open that the high banks invite the drivers to visit the concrete walls here at Talladega, and we have seen numerous cars do so down in turn number 1. A lot of debris down there, but again, all drivers appear to be okay. There's Jeremy Mayfield's car. And Jimmy Hensley, we weren't aware that he was in the crash, but obviously he was. And here it is again in replay. Contact between Spencer sends Labonte sideways.
And he goes down, hits Harry Gant, the green and white car. Here goes Harry. Now Rusty's trying to avoid. The roof flaps come up on Labonte's car. Bam! He runs into Rusty Wallace. And Purvis nails the wall head on.
Yep. From the Heilig-Myers bumper cam.
Man.
That's all that's left of Terry Labonte's Kellogg's Cornflakes machine.
Tell you what, Rusty Wallace is not having a lot of success these big tracks. Last year, remember the flip in Daytona in the 500. Then he came here and crashed in the May race. He finished 32nd in July. He was still running at the finish, but with some problems finished 32nd. Then Daytona this year he crashed, and here again. So, man, Rusty just cannot catch a break.
Jerry Punch is with Wally Dallenbach.
One of the 10 drivers involved in that massive scramble down there. Wally, first of all, are you okay?
I'm fine.
What, other than a little bit, what happened?
I really couldn't exactly see. I mean, you know, on the restart, there was one or two guys in there. They're driving like it's a last lap, and there's, you know, the lap cars are down on the bottom, and there's, you know, somebody's trying to go up the middle and bully his way through, and what happens is we get in 10-car accidents. It's totally unnecessary. We had a good race car underneath us, and, you know, we were having a lot of fun out there. Too bad it cut short.
Wally Dallenbach, who had come from the back of the pack toward the front, just another victim here in that incident out in turn 1.
Jeff Purvis's car has yet to be taken away from the first turn area. Well, in my opinion, the greatest thing that NASCAR has come up with in many, many years are the roof flaps. They once again in that crash proved that they do the job they're designed to do. And Jerry Punch is with Rusty Wallace.
And fortunately, Rusty's able to smile walking away from the care center. He looked to be just fine.
Yeah, I'm fine. I don't even have a scratch on me. It's just happen again, you know. I mean, I saw it happen until I come off turn 4, and I'm talking to Spencer. I'm going, Jimmy, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. And he tried to make her 3 wide and got into Terry Labonte and had one heck of a wreck. It was a bad deal.
Is it anger? Is it frustration as they try to bring some of these carts back here to get into the care center? Rusty, what is it? Is it anger? Is it frustration? Well, why are these things happening?
Unfortunately, we got a great sport here, but unfortunately, we just don't have enough qualified drivers to run this fast.
Well, I think that pretty well sums it up as we are here at the care center, and let's check in with John Kernan.
Well, Jerry, Jimmy Hensley has been checked out. He's okay. And Jimmy, you said he was just like driving through a bunch of smoke. You couldn't see what happened?
No, we just, you know, saw some cars and smoke, you know, cars going backwards, and I just got up against the wall, thought maybe I might sneak through, but the cars come from down on the inside and pinned me against the wall, and you know, unfortunately, you know, Petron Plus Ford's out for the day. You know, we had a pretty decent run going, stayed up there all day in the lead draft, and I just like to tell everyone back home, you know, we're okay. Just, you know, didn't really hurt us, just knocked us out of the race.
All right, Jimmy Hensley out for today, but he's okay. Let's go back over to Jerry Punch.
Well, Jeff Purvis standing here holding his son Clay, and Jeff, you took a heck of a lick out there. Can you believe that what's happening? A little bit of impatience on the racetrack?
Well, really, you know, if I'd have done that right there, NASCAR would have been down here, and they'd have been ill with me. But you know, it's senseless. I'm sitting there riding. I've got a car that'll go up front. I mean, I wanted to show everybody this kind of lemonade would get in the front of the field today, and I mean, I just can't believe this. I mean, the ARCA race, we didn't have this kind of problems. I mean, this doesn't make sense to me.
A lot of ill race drivers down here, ill at some of the other drivers here for the lack of patience, and certainly which could have been disastrous. Unfortunately, it wasn't at Talladega.
Well, the cleanup has concluded down in turn number 1. There is the individual that most drivers are talking about, because there was contact between Jimmy Spencer and Terry Labonte.
There we see, just barely touches Labonte in the left rear. Labonte goes down, hits Harry Gant. Now, there's John Andretti, the 14. Let's see how he gets through there. They all go down to the bottom, so he goes by on the outside, and by the time they come back across the racetrack, he's gone.
Boy, he barely escaped that deal, huh?
Man.